300,000 subscribers. We recently hit 300,000 subscribers on YouTube, and that is literally blowing my mind. But I'm not the one that's going to talk about this today. In fact, there's going to be someone else here in just a second. I'm going to go over there. Just give me a little bit to set up, okay? Almost done, I promise. Trust me, it'll be worth it. It's worth it. Okay, now I'm going to begin. We're going to hear from this guy now, so I'll just be in the background. Enjoy. Okay, I think that's my cue to take over. I hope this is working out. I hope... Is that Nomad Drifter? I don't know who that is. He's just playing for us in the background. So 300,000 subscribers. Literally, how did we get here? Well, that's what we're going to find out right now. But first and foremost, I just have to say thank you so much for 300,000. I had no idea what I was going to do for this video, but I think this is the best solution. So what we're going to be doing is a quick lore dump on the channel to catch you up to where we are right now. Back in 2018, yes, that's when the channel was created in October, I believe. This wasn't VR at all. It wasn't even gaming. It actually was a terrible podcast. So terrible, I'm going to play a brief clip for you right now.
I'm going to interrupt right there. Like I said, we're in the neutral territory, but anytime my feelers go up, you have a ton of feelers up in the wrong direction.
Yup, that's what we could have had. Thank God that died, but I mean, I had some fun with it. Back in the day, I was working in Best Buy, and I met this dude, Vinny. He had his cousin, Dom, and we wanted to do a thing. Basically, I don't know, we had some fun, and as you can see, we accomplished that for ourselves and for no one else. But as that was happening, I got into VR. I saw Blade and Sorcery on Reddit, like in the midst of 2018. I'm like, oh my God, this game is so damn cool. I need to know everything about it. So I looked it up and found that it was called Blade and Sorcery, and that was a VR game. And I'm like, oh my God, I need VR. So the first thing I did is I think I was in Best Buy and they were selling the Rift S. I'm like, yoink. And I just straight up bought it, brought it home. I don't even think my computer was like that PC ready for the most part. Like it had the ports and everything. And I'm like, all right, let's just do it. But I think the computer was like 3 or 5 years old, and I just ran it. It had like 16 gigs of RAM. No, it had 8 gigs of RAM, and I upgraded it with new RAM sticks. I don't even remember the graphics card that I had, but it was not good enough. Anyway, I got on board was like U6 right before it turned into U7, and I was like, this is just a great game. I had no plans on really creating anything. We had the channel. I'm like, you know what? This podcast thing's kind of petering out. Let me just throw some stuff on there, because in the past I created other YouTube channels that also straight up flatline, went nowhere. They're floating around somewhere. I'm not going to link them to you unless you really want them, but no, I'm not going to link them for you. Anyway, I threw them on the channel, and actually, here's the terrible one right now.
I will do this. If you take one step, I'm doing it.
So as you can see, the videos were even more terrible than they are right now. Extra cringe, but in a bad way. I know I'm still cringe now, but I'm a dad, so I can get away with it, and I try to lean on the right side of cringe, hopefully. But anyway, so as I was making these videos and playing the game, I just fell deeply in love with VR. I think Bone Works also came out, so I made some videos on that one, but my main love was for Blade and Sorcery. So I downloaded mods, I put the Outer Rim, I did what every kid would do, and I just had fun. Threw up those videos, and I was like, you know what? These mods are so cool. So I looked at the people that were making videos for Blade and Sorcery, and I found out they were just like pumping out this content. I think there was like Fudgy and Wacky Cast. They were doing like some weird eyeball thing. I don't really remember, but what I did notice is that there's other people making these things, and modders were actually getting mad. I saw them in the Discord. They're like getting mad at things, and I'm like, oh man, this is crazy. I had put my videos in that Discord back in the day. I put them on Reddit and got immediately made fun of, because that's what happens on the internet. If you try, you will get made fun of, but that doesn't mean stop. You push through it, you persist, and eventually you will find people of like mind that will like you, which is why I appreciate you all so much. You let me be this weird, nerdy dad in the best way possible. And actually kind of saved my life in a way, which I'll get there in a second. What I did notice is that there was a need for something. There was like a whole mod apocalypse going where modders didn't want to, it was a weird thing. I don't actually remember, but what I saw was this need for mod showcases. I found, hey, if I properly credit the mod authors and highlight them and show other people their work and show people how to download it, we'll get more people that just love the game. And that's basically how mod showcases were started. That's how we got to Mod Showcase Monday. It was just me being like, let me share this stuff and let me bridge the gap between content creator and mod author. And that's how we got here. But anyway, I digress. You see, I was trapped in retail, and approximately this point I was working for Apple. I was still inside of Best Buys, but I was working for Apple. And I'm like, this sucks. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I was like in the later part of my mid-20s, and I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing. But it started to get not popular at all. More people were paying attention to the videos. It was getting like a few hundred. Sometimes it would get 1,000 views. And I'm like, the video got 1,000 views. I go to my wife, the video got 1,000 views. And she's like, she's genuinely happy for me. She's like, my name's Rob. She's like, Rob, that's awesome. Like, you're killing it. Like, even though I wasn't killing it, she has always been so supportive of the channel. And I can't thank her enough. Honestly, we owe my wife full credit for the channel. She used to edit my videos for me. We have a son now, so she does a lot of other stuff. She'll still help from time to time and help me manage the admin side of things, but she edited like a ton of the videos that you guys watch, so shout out to her for all that stuff. But let's warp a bit into the future. I moved and I was working inside of an Apple store. I think I had transferred and moved. We had about less than 3,000 subscribers on the channel. I'm just like, I'm just doing this as a hobby. It's kind of cool. I think maybe I made like $25 off of YouTube, which is crazy. It's crazy to think about. But as I was working in the store, the videos just had an uptick because, Cronenberg 19 happened and everyone was home looking for stuff to do. So I took advantage of that. I started just pumping out more content. I was like, here's a mod showcase. Here's another mod. Here's a Boneworks thing. And I just kept alternating between the things until it got popular enough where I can be like, this is cool. Some of these views are getting consistently 2,000 views. And I'm like, big ego, right? Like 2,000 views, this is crazy. I mean, it's still crazy that anyone even watches this content, but especially this video because, But fortunately, time was on my side. People were locked in their home looking for content to watch, and I took advantage of that. So I just kept pumping out videos, doing dungeon runs, everything, trying to collaborate. And eventually, I found myself sitting at like 25,000 subscribers, which is a ton of people. A ton of people had subscribed to the channel. I was like, oh my God, my wife's name is Danielle. I'm like, Danielle, there's 25,000 people that have subscribed to the channel. And at this point, it was actually generating a decent income, I think like $300. And I'm like, this is crazy. We could put this towards the mortgage. And my goal was to be able to use the YouTube channel to pay the mortgage while the current job paid for everything else. And I'm like, that seems like a good idea. But I hit a roadblock because I was still working full-time for Apple, which, let me tell you, was not fun. I don't recommend it. Me and Apple culture, we just don't click. I felt like I was like the weirdo of the group, and everyone's like, hey, how's it going? I'm a robot. And I'm like, hey, I'm a normal person, kinda. And they're like, well, we're still robots, so. But anyway, I was talking to my wife and saying, if I could just do this full time, I feel like I can legit double my growth. I can go from 25,000 to 50,000. And we had that conversation of like, could I leave? I mean, I was only making like somewhere between $300 and $800 a month off of YouTube. It was, it wasn't enough to do anything with. She was still working. So, I just kept putting my nose to the grindstone. Every day I would go to work. I would work for 9 hours. I would get home, and then I would immediately record a video, and we would edit it. I would throw it up, and then I would stay up till 2 in the morning. I would upload the video immediately because I was super excited. It would get like 25, 100 views. Maybe overnight it would jump over to like 2,000 or something. And I just thought, I'm like, I just got to keep doing it. I just have this passion. I just need to keep doing this one. And let me save you some time. What ended up happening was, okay, I'll try to get through this. I was working inside the retail store, and this dude came in, and he had 2 pistols, one on each side, and like a magazine pouch on the back of him. Like, I'm talking about a load of stuff. And everyone's like, what is going on? And, you know, they had me greet this dude, so I go walk over to him. I'm like, hey man, how's it going? And of course, he was super weird. I barely remember what we talked about. All I remember was trying my best to not piss this dude off and de-escalate whatever was going on. So eventually, you know, we had this conversation, whatever. He leaves. I don't really think too much of it other than like, what the hell was that? Like, why was this man with, why? And, you know, I left. I went home, obviously. The next day started, I go to work, and I'm training these new people. That was kind of my job. We're doing a whole thing, and I send them on lunch. I go on lunch to stay in tune with their schedule. And as I'm coming back, I'm walking through the mall, has these like corridors, like think of it like a service tunnel, like servant entrance, like a video game. You go through like a service tunnel. And I remember seeing the doors open, and they were never supposed to be open. They would just, you know, you push them open, and that's where the employees would go in from. And I remember seeing them wide open, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? And about 75% of the way through the corridors, and my phone rings. I'm like, oh my God, what? Like, let me clock in. And I'm like, whatever, I pick it up. It was this dude, Reggie, super cool guy, works in the store. And I answer the phone, and right away, panic in his voice, he's like, do not come back to the store. There's an active shooter. Heart sank. If I opened the door and turned right, the Apple store was like to my right. And apparently that's exactly where the guy was. So all I did, I just turned around and I just booked it through the parking lot. I had no idea what was going on. I just panicked, sprinted. Obviously, I'm fine. You know, I got to the car and everything, drove home, called my wife, friends, the people at the store. I'm just like, I'm fine. Everything's okay. And the news was going off like crazy. I'm like, I'm fine. I'm okay. Whew. And then, anyway, the next day or some odd, I went over 2 days. I go back to the store and I find out that it was the same guy that I spoke to the day before did the shooting. And all I thought about was like, what? Like, why me? Like, why didn't I how did I escape? Like, how did I talk myself out of it? Like, why was he there the day prior? I don't know. All I know is like, thank God I'm still here. And I go to my manager and you know, they have this like police are going everywhere. They're still surveying the mall and everything. And I see everything. I hear the radio, and all I just think is I just can't be here anymore. So I told my manager, I'm like, I can't be here anymore. And like, what do you mean? I'm like, I just can't be here anymore. So smash cut to going to leave of absence. Have to go to counseling, talk to all these fun stuff. But anyway, in the darkness of that, there was a light at the end of the tunnel. I just decided I'm gonna, rather than wallow, I'm just gonna focus on YouTube. And I just grinded every single day, probably an unhealthy amount, but I used the depression, essentially, the PTSD, to kind of work through that through YouTube and just create content. So if it wasn't for you guys subscribing and watching the channel, I don't know where I would be, but I just remember feeling happy and proud. I would make a video, even if it was terrible, cringe, whatever. I would put that out there, and I would see all the comments, and everyone's just like, dude, awesome video. I love the mod showcases. Like, you helped me so much. And I see the comments of people saying that they've been in a dark spot in their life, and that I personally have helped them just by watching the video. And that means everything to me, because without you, I wouldn't be here. I don't know where I would be. I somewhere probably lost in the void of retail, probably, who knows where I would be. But anyway, I grinded, and I was at 50,000, 60,000 subscribers at that point. We were stuck. We had to like move or something. We needed to sell the house but we needed to move into somewhere. And I still had to go back to that job. The leave of absence was up. You know, the counselor's like, you got to go back, whatever. They signed some piece of paperwork. Anyway, I'll make him more happy. We then go to close on the mortgage. When the mortgage lady's there, we sign all the paperwork, and she makes this joke. She's like, okay, now just don't quit your job, haha, wink, because, you know, don't do that. We just approved the mortgage. And I was like, you're right, I won't do that. Looked right at my wife, like, we're going to the mall. Drove our asses down to the mall, got the iMac that they gave me to work from home, because fuck them. And I just brought in my manager's like, what are you doing here? You're not working. And I remember the other manager was like, Cheesy Charlie's like, hey Rob, welcome in. You ready to have a download for your shift? And I just looked at her, I'm like, no, laughed in her face. And she's like, that wasn't really optional. I'm like, oh no, it was optional. So I walk right to the general manager, give him the iMac. I'm like, dude, I'm done. Like, I have my own business to focus on. I can't focus on your business anymore. So effective immediately, that's it. And now Apple, I don't know why I keep talking about Apple, but I gotta get this off my chest. It's my video, okay? Apple has this thing where when you're hired on your first day, they clap you in like it's a performance, like it's a stage. So you get clapped in, and then at your, ironically, on your last day, they clap you out. And you're supposed to shake hands, be like, oh my God, I love you. So the door opens, right? They're waiting for me. The door opens, and they stop everyone, which is, I don't know, is cool, I guess. So the customer's like, what the hell's happening? And all the employees, they start clapping when you're supposed to leave. That second the door opens, I just sprint past everyone, say goodbye to no one, make an immediate left, and I've never gone back. I'm sorry, I went back once. I needed a new computer, but pretend I never went back. Anyway, why am I talking about this so much? Am I crazy? Don't worry about him. So, I think it was like April of 2022, 2023 maybe. We hit 100,000 subscribers, and I streamed it. I streamed it until we hit the 100,000 subscribers, and we did it live. We did it live, and it was so cool. You couldn't see me, but I was in my underwear, dripping with sweat. And I remember the streams. I think it was like 4+ hours. I come downstairs from the studio. Used to be upstairs, now we're downstairs. And right there was my wife, my mom, and my dad. They had set up a banner. They had like the live tracker going on the laptop, seeing how many subscribers I had. It was crazy. It was great. I'm dripping with sweat. I just wanted to have a drink. And I just remember just being so happy that they were there for me, supporting me. Even though I had left my job, decent paying job, everyone believed in me, just like you believe in me. And that's, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. That's what life's about. People that love and believe in you. Man, rambling. I love rambling. But anyway, so things ramped up from there. You know, sponsors started paying attention to me, and they're like, hey, Drifter, we're going to give you this sack of money if you want to play our game. I'm like, hell yeah. I love playing games. And just a quick aside, I actually went to school, like college, for game design. And I got my bachelor's in it, which is crazy. But that school actually closed down due to fraud. So take that as you will. So I was never able to do anything per se with that degree. And I was able to do this, take the knowledge of game theory, game design, to craft, I guess, a video properly, to talk to a camera, but more importantly, talk to modders so I don't just say crazy things where if I ask for something, I kind of know what they're talking about. I could dabble in Unity, all that fun stuff. Anyway, I'm almost done here. I promise I'm almost done. We hit 200,000 subscribers, and I forgot to celebrate it, so I apologize. But I wanted to make something like this more special. I wanted to say, hey, we hit 300,000 subscribers. That's like smaller cities, like sometimes even a tiny country. A small island, okay? I'll settle for a small island. Think of that. If we all went somewhere, we could inhabit a small island and be deranged together. Okay, I think we're done here. I can't wait to see what happens in the future. 500,000 subscribers, 1 million. It's crazy. I'm going to be moving soon back to the East Coast, to North Carolina, so I hope to see you. If you see me, come say hi. You know what I look like now. I'm not, so say hi. And yeah, I think that's it. But before he takes over, I just want to say once again, thank you guys so much for watching my stupid videos. Thank you so much for subscribing and supporting the channel. It means the world to me. You literally saved me from the void. Just another soul lost. But thank you so much for watching this video. I'm going to give it to the Guitar Drifter, and I'll see you guys next time. Okay, all right. He's gone now. He's gone. Listen, thank you guys so much for 300,000 subscribers. Literally, it's blowing my mind. And if the other guy didn't already say it, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. You literally helped me create a brand new life for myself and my family, and I couldn't be more grateful. So thank you so much for 300,000 subscribers. I'm so excited to see what the future holds for this channel. And for all of you, once again, thank you. If you're not already subscribed, now's the best time to do so. It's free. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and of course, leave a comment. Let me know your favorite, I don't know, moment on the channel, if you have one. But other than that, I'm Drifter from Downloadable Content. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time.